Hey, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Brown Jet. Been quite a while since I've made a video. You can probably tell I'm in a very different place right now because I told you guys I was selling my home. There's been a ton of updates for you guys, both in the airdrop space as well as the markets. So I want to get into it, but I do want to highlight that right now I'm using my mobile phone to tether my connection. My internet here is so bad. It's like dial-up speed. So if we do have some technical difficulties, please forgive me today. I have called the internet service provider just to see if we can do something about it. But you're here to hear about airdrops. So let's talk about that right now. And as always, if you haven't, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also share the video as well. While you're at it, make sure you follow me on Twitter and the bank for all the latest updates. As you can see here, I think the last time I shared my wallet, it was around 95 or 98,000 US. It's almost 160K. All that has to do with the market and sort of the way I have positioned myself. Now, if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on ways to make your gains this market, make sure you either join the Web3 Secret Society so you know how to make money in this market, or schedule a private video call so you have the exact plan that's tailor-made for you so you can execute and win in the bull run. Bull run won't be here forever. So make sure you get started on that right now. As always, nothing I say here is financial advice. Please do your own research. And guys, I think I made a video after the election, or maybe a couple, but the market's done fantastic. Bitcoin is at all-time highs or close to it. Like I think we're around 93,000 US. Ethereum, on the other hand, is been underperforming significantly. Solana also looks very good. Yesterday, people were saying it could break into all-time highs. As with always, whenever the narrative changes, you see people flip so hard because they just want views and clicks. I'm going to keep bringing you airdrop updates because I think there's still a lot of money to be made. But at the same time, I was one of the first to tell you like 3 months ago that you should be pivoting into meme coins and looking at ways you can be building your bag, not just relying on airdrops. The next video today we're going to talk about goes through all of that, or ask me anything in about 20 minutes. Today we'll talk about airdrop updates. The first one is on Eclipse. So a few weeks ago, I let you know that that NFT, the anticipation of a future event, you could go and burn that NFT. And then in a while, you'd be able to go on the Eclipse network and whitelist the same number of mints on the other side. So that has happened. That mint was available for 7 more days 2 days ago. So you have 5 more days to go to scopenft.xyz. Remember, links to everything are in the description. And you're able to go and actually mint those NFTs. So says something went wrong, try to refresh the page. We'll just do that right now because I did load this a few hours ago. I don't know what's going on. Basically, you see here, you can mint for free. I've already capped out on my mints. You pay like $2 per mint for as many NFTs you burned. 33,000 have come out so far. I've taken a screenshot of my backpack wallet. I have five of these NFTs. So if you haven't done it already, make sure you do so. Likely, it's going to at least be worth the fees. The next update is on Jupiter. So they're doing a fun vote, but please don't get it confused. Even this fun vote is going to be worth voting on. It's for the background of their Jupiter mobile app. You have 6 options. The top 2 will be added. And it's also the first vote to be pegged to the moving 30% quorum. So make sure you go do this. I've already voted. I voted Jupiverse. Don't hate me for that vote. You have until November 20th, and this vote will count for your active staking rewards. If you don't remember, your active staking rewards are for those who stake your Jupiter token. You likely make somewhere between 15 to 20% on your Jupiter balance. The next payout is in January. You can see here that the last ASR voting period, I did 3 of the 4 votes. I got 174 Jupiter paid out to me and 21 Cloud. At the time, I had like 1,200 Jupiter staked. And you're like, wait, Brown Gent, how'd you miss this? Well, I was in Europe. So when this was going on, this vote over here, where are we? August 1 to 4th, the supply reduction proposal. So I didn't get that done. I got everything else done. So hey, this time around, I'm going to make sure I get these check marks. If you haven't already, you can go into the vote.jup.ag website and stake some Jupiter. I basically doubled my Jupiter allocation based on some of the updates that did come out recently. Most notably is that around Jupuary 2025 and 2026. So as you guys know, I've been very vocal about making sure we go back to the well and maximize on airdrop allocations, especially when there's no cost of doing so. A lot of people will tell you to just farm airdrops, pay fees, do whatever. I strongly believe the best airdrops are the ones that you earn doing what you normally would do. Like for me, when I bridged through layer 0, fantastic. I got $3,000 for bridging, things I would have done normally. Jupiter, I used Jupiter solely as the only DEX in the Solana ecosystem. And guess what? That should pay off handsomely. I'm not a farmer for this. I'm going to hopefully earn a big bag, but I made sure I used this whenever I had the option. Now, there will likely be a vote for Jupiter 2025 to 2026. There's been some updates here. It says last 24 hours. This tweet's from a while ago. They got some updates from Meow. Now, I went on Twitter about a month ago to remind you guys you had until early November 2nd, to get your swaps in. The snapshot for the Jupuary that's going to be paid out in January has been taken. What will have to happen, though, is people will decide what Jupuary 2025 and what Jupuary 2026 looks like. So the first thing you need to know is staking is not a criteria. So stakers don't just get a reward. That's what active staking rewards is for, or ASR. But obviously, if you're a staker and you use the platform, you're included. They're also looking at potentially creating a penalty for taking immediate allocation, and they're looking around 75% or 60%. Will be interesting. I actually like that idea because I think the Jupiter team is probably the best team in the entire ecosystem, and I'm more than happy. You guys never hear this from me. I will take my airdrop 100% vested. Why? The same reason I stake Jupiter. I think they're going to keep adding value. It's very different than other airdrops where the value just keeps going down. Now, if you're wondering when the vote date is, it's on November 25th, 2 Mondays from now. So if you haven't staked some Jupiter, make sure you go in here and do some. Why? So you can qualify for the ASR. Because it's sort of, once the proposal comes up, you won't be able to add voting power. I believe you can't just do that so you can vote. I think you have to have it staked beforehand. So we're thinking November 25th, but this is obviously subject to change based on what happens. And like I said, it's going to be based on 2 Jupuaries instead of 1. And they're looking at actually removing the last Jupuary, so the one that would happen in 2027, right? So this is like currently 700 million tokens are allocated for each of these, right? Jan 30th, 2025, Jan 30th, 2026, and Jan 30th, 2027. They're looking at saying, hey, let's get rid of the 2027 one and just burn it. So would be interesting. You could either burn it or stays in community. Huge proposal. The exact criteria is still not known, but basically they want to keep the vote pure. But they want to make sure that they want to spread the love between traders. I know a lot of people were saying that they just wanted to see people who staked get the rewards and not those who use the platform. I was very vocal that they wouldn't do this because that would alienate their user base because they made promises, right? Now, given that the years after have not been counted yet, it makes sense to see what they do, okay? So that's fantastic. Love to see what Meow is doing. And, it's a precious strategic reserve that is a result of my life work. No way I'll use it carelessly. It pains me immensely to have Jupe go to the wrong people. What's also really cool from this thread from Jussie was, I think Meow commented on this guy who had to sell all his Jupiter in the summer because it actually saved his service animal's life, right? He says, this is beautiful. I'm glad that Jupe airdrop was able to do something so important for people. like saving his service animal's life. So very interesting. We'll see what happens with that. But make sure you vote on the proposal, and I'll give you an update when it happens. Next update is on Magic Eden. Small update, but basically they're going to announce the tokenomics for Magic Eden tomorrow. Should be interesting. Fabiano made a nice infographic showing what this could potentially be worth, right? So obviously if you got 5k diamonds, which is probably most of you because you weren't farming or flipping NFTs like a profession, maybe you get like 35 to 70 bucks on an conservative amount. Obviously, it would be nice to have way higher values, but there's no way that I think we go over 2 billion for their market cap, at least not after the first few minutes, right? Another update here is on Simon Cat meme, also from Fabiano. So one of the things we covered about 4 or 5 months ago was for those who had locked up bonk, I forget where, it might have been on Sol as well, but basically you qualified on the BNB chain to get Simon Cat meme and sort of get it early. Those who did made a pretty penny, and they're doing the same thing with Sol. So you can go and use the Meteora Volt to actually buy up to 1,500 USDC of Simon Cat token on the Sol chain. Now, potentially it comes at a discount. The Volt does open sometime today. I checked right before if it happened, and there's an eligibility checker. I'll show you this in a second, but the snapshot was 5 days ago. So if you didn't lock up some bonk, well, then you're out of luck. And also, I have a bunch of bonk just because of a trade, and I did lock it up for the bonk Xmas Dragon or whatever, right? That bonk Dragon that we've been talking about on the channel. Bonk has done fantastically well, going up about a 3x since the date of the election. So that's fantastic. I do have some bonk locked up. So this is why, on this wallet, it says I'm allow listed. I can purchase up to $1,500 worth of cat token. And I refreshed this like 10 minutes ago, so it wasn't live yet. Still not sure if I'm going to do it, but definitely something to consider. Next update is on Hyperliquid. They continuously updated their deadline for the Hype Genesis confirmation that you want the airdrop. I know some people had some challenges because of restricted VPN access and everything. There's a lot of hype around the Hype token, which is, not a pun I intended to make, but there's expected to be a massive valuation. A lot of people are talking about holding on to this airdrop. I still think this airdrop sells off. This is the one of the few airdrops like Jupiter that I do want to hold, but we are going to see exactly how it goes. We haven't gotten confirmation yet, but hopefully next week we're going to see if this airdrop does show up in November. If you go on Polymarket, I believe it's above 50% that you can actually earn or get your airdrop in November, 12% in December, and then like 30-something% it'll be later. Take a look at Whales Market. The price of the points has tripled. So to put in perspective, I had sold 67 points, which is like about 1/10 of the allocation that I had, a little more than that, of my points at $3.49. And for a while, I was actually doing well on that. But now it's like $11 as the bid price, which effectively means I'm actually better off not fulfilling this, throwing the collateral away, and just selling at a higher price, because the price minus my collateral doubled is still going to be more. So I would make more money selling at the higher price and just losing the collateral than doing it any other way. Very interesting though, so super looking forward to it. Final update I have for you guys is on Polter Finance. Very disappointed with what happened here. They opened a new market without really asking anyone, had a bug. Now, I had like 100 Phantom on here. If you go on here, try to withdraw, they have 0.01 available. Oh, sorry. I had 251 Phantom token, $178 basically. That's basically gone. What they've also done is they disabled borrowing on other markets that they have. Very, very poor execution. The team did not get a vote or anything, just launched a market with an Aave 2 fork, and they had the vulnerability that everything had, and they chose to not, They wanted to save $50,000, so they didn't audit their contracts. And guess what happened? $12 million lost. And now they're saying they're doing a police report. They sent this message, this very like, we got you message to the exploiter saying, we're going to get you if you don't do anything, which I think this meme sums it up very well. Where is it? Right here. Somebody putting a stick in their own spoke and then tripping and sort of claiming to be the victim. This is literally exactly what the Poulter team did. Very disgusting. Would be surprised to find out that it's not an inside job. For those of you who were affected, sorry to hear this. I mean, I lost $170. One guy lost over 2 million Phantom token locked in here, lost like so much money, and they don't care. The team has been notoriously absent with the exception of a few vague announcements saying, oh, it sucks that we've ruined our reputation. Oh, great. I'm sure that's going to help people. What makes this a little more complicated was they got some notoriety because of the Sonic Shards campaign, where people actually went and deposited into them. That's why I did it. You Road to Sonic Series 3, right? Lend or borrow 20 FTM on Poulter Finance. And if you want to borrow that much, then you have to lend even more, right? So people did that. People started using it. And unfortunately, they got screwed. I've not seen anyone ever be made whole from these things. They typically just end up rebranding, coming alive, and trying to make more announcements. Guys, this is why, like I tell you, avoid using new liquidity markets when possible. If you use small amounts, I used $170. I still hate the fact I lost $170 here. But guys, like, be very careful. That's why Alve is good, right? You don't want to join these like shitters. Finally, the last thing I'll tell you is people like CC2 Ventures, Cape, and others are now posting about meme coins. Way too late in the game, but that speaks to how much opportunity exists. Like you can see CC2 Ventures here made $17,000, you know, obviously going to hide the meme coins they're buying, but basically it's a lot of people are flex posting right now. Guys, you see this? Do not think this is normal. Yes, you can make absurd amount of gains, but a lot of times these are people who have connections and, you know, inside information. If you're getting like 100% or 50%, be very happy with that. It's all about base hits right now. But I'm going to talk about that in the next video. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. And like, just honestly be safe. This is a bull run. Lots of money to be made. Lots of scammers out there. Lots of terrible projects like Poulter Finance that will steal your money, allegedly. Like I said, don't know, but wouldn't be surprised to find out that's what they've done. And yeah, there's a lot of tokens that have been doing fantastic as well. Like Randall says here, Mantra, right? Fantastic. I got a vested airdrop with them on the Ohm token. But yeah, guys, we will get to the next video. If you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video. Remember, guys, I'm posting this using my mobile phone. Let me know how the internet was, because, you know, obviously, like, I want to do more of this, but I was going to wait until my internet connection gets better. If it's not too bad, let me know, and I'll just keep making videos. Who cares? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.